Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Dr. Glenn Vo, and I am super excited to have the founder of Women in DSO, Dr. Aman Kaur.
All right, before we get into this episode, I'd like to give a shout out to one of our sponsors, Dry Shield. Now, sometimes you might not have a team member. Sometimes you want to practice dentistry where it's not so stressful. You don't have to battle the tongue and stuff. Dry Shield is a barrier system that keeps your field dry, but also helps you do better dentistry. So reach out to them. We have a Nifty Thrifty deal. And again, once you start using Dry Shield, you'll never practice dentistry the same way again.
How are you doing today?
I am great. I'm so excited to be here.
Well, I have to say this. I just got out of an event. We're here at the Aria Casino. The Dental Well Summit is here, and I just saw her on stage, and you just dropped so much great knowledge there. I was so impressed. And I want to start off with this. The organization, what's the why behind it? Why are you so passionate about that? Why did you feel like that's something that needed to be created?
Why Women in DSO? So I've been in dental space since forever. And DSO space is where I've spent my last over decade, some years.
Yeah.
And what I saw is every time I would go into a dental office, we all know it's full of women employees.
Yeah.
And then we go to DSOs, as DSOs are future of dentistry. There you see women doing lion's share of work, running accounting departments, HR department, operations, primarily women. Then we come to leadership level. We don't see the similar representation.
Yeah.
So there was a gap, and we can continue to ask that question or do something about it. So we just thought that we need to create a platform so we could highlight the contributions of women to this industry.
And there's a lot, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many. I mean, first of all, there's a lot of female dentists, that are in leadership positions. And I love the why behind the organization because, you know, if you look at dentistry, it's very diverse, you know, and so as minorities, that I remember just walking into different conferences, I was like, oh yeah, I wish there was some representation, you know, maybe I'll step up and do something there. So I love like the mission behind that. And have you seen, how's the reception been? Have you had other, female leaders come to you and say, no, thank you so much for that? Like, how's the reception been?
Oh my gosh,
there?
it's been overwhelmingly positive.
Wow.
And it's not just been women, it's been actually a lot of men leaders too, because they recognize the gap. They do understand it. And it's no one's fault. It's, we tend to hire people who are like us. And as financial sector has come into dentistry, it's primarily been men.
Yeah.
So you end up, bringing similar group of people to lead those organizations. But they recognize that actual work gets done by a lot of powerful, very intuitively engaged women leaders. Yeah. And all we got to do is get out of their way. So it's been very well received.
And if you look at just all the corporations, right, all around the world, there is so many women in those leadership positions, you know, and so again, it just makes sense as far as dentistry, just the way dentistry has grown, to have all this representation. Let me ask you this, for the female dental entrepreneurs out there that are watching this right now, and they have dreams of really growing like a group practice model, a DSO model, what is your advice to her?
It's no different than any guy who wants to do it.
Sure.
It's any dental entrepreneur, they want to do it, they should go for it. And I think sometimes as women dentists, there are different set of responsibilities with families, with social commitments. So what I would say, who you are cannot be a barrier to your success. Find a partner in your home, at your work, who is going to help you get to that next level, because you want to be fulfilled professionally and personally. So one doesn't have to be sacrificed for other.
I'm so glad that you shared that, because what is the point of just doing so well in business or growing something when you go home and what are you doing it for? So I love the fact that your answer included just the home life as well, because that's important to have like a well-rounded life there.
And well-rounded life, God, I struggle with it myself. It's not as easy. We all want that, check all the boxes, fill all the compartments, quarters of our life. But some days life feel like a kite. You're not able to do it. But it's not. It's how you define work-life balance and for how long you stay in that stage. You just have to kind of, snap out of it and find that cohesive, holistic work-life balance.
I love that. Now, I am going to put you on the spot a little bit. You said something that was so amazing that caught my mind, and we were talking about systems.
Yeah.
And they were talking about, on the panel, they were talking about, okay, well, the people, having the right people. But you said something. You said, well, you also have to have the process. You were more focused on the process. So can you kind of get further into that? Because I when you said that, I was like, that's genius. You got to have the right process there, and that helps you weather the storms, whether it's having staffing issues or not the right people in the right chairs. So talk about that a little bit more there.
We are in service industry. There's absolutely no substitute to people.
Yeah.
And we want good people who are in it for right reasons. But when I talk about process, we need good systems, good processes to help these good people.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're just running these good people ragged by broken processes, broken systems. Right now I was thinking, we were talking about hygienist shortages
Yes.
and all those things. And one of the things is when an employee leaves us, goes to someone else, suddenly they are their shining star. I wonder, what could I have done to get the best version of my employee? So, because they all want to be great. And yes, I understand everybody is not a fit for every role. But if they can do same role elsewhere, great. Not with you. But when you start dissecting that equation, it typically comes down to processes and systems.
Yeah.
So that's why I think when we are working so hard to bring on good people and have them stay with us, investing in systems and processes can really help us retain them.
I love that. I mean, that's something that stuck. And another thing that you brought up that really stuck with me as well is actually having the support for the team member, really supporting them and helping them be successful. Because again, we were talking about hygienists, and hygienists kind of just cleaning the patient's teeth, cleaning the room, cleaning the patient's teeth, cleaning the room. You do that over and over. Of course, you're gonna feel disenchanted. What are we doing as leaders to help elevate them? So again, I want you to talk about that as well, because that's another part where you said that. I was like, wow, that makes so much sense. Because again, you have to invest in your team. You can't just put them there. And a lot of times a lot of leaders just want to, just do what you have to do. Leave me alone. Let me go do this over here. And we don't really go back and try to elevate them as a team member.
I don't think I said anything very unique or different. We all say that let's invest in our team. Let's give them our best. But I think this is what it is. When we say, I want to support you, that support's definition should feel supportive, because a lot of times even self-care becomes work.
Yeah.
Even that support, it becomes exhausting to receive that support, right? Simple things we all can do, define everyone's role,
Yes.
their boundaries. That clarity, start there.
I love
And
that.
then you can build on. Even if you are trying to show them a career path, make those transitions very, very simple, so they know that they are at step 2 today and they are working towards step 3. There should be that natural, clear progression.
Instead of just guessing and just winging it, right?
Because it takes so much energy to constantly make those decisions, and that confusion can be exhausting.
And that's the thing, that whether you are hoping to create a DSO or whether you have one practice, having these processes, it's beneficial for every type of practice. It doesn't matter if you're going to have a lot of practice or not. I mean, every practice can benefit from this.
I mean, for God's sake, it can benefit even if you're running a household, you're cooking, you can have a station for cleaning or cooking, whatever. I think that's how it should be.
Well, you know what? Yes, my wife would definitely appreciate that. Me too, because I actually do a lot of the cooking, and sometimes I'm stuck doing the cooking and the washing the dishes too. And I need to get the kids to kind of help out a little bit more there. Now, for those who are listening to you and they're like, okay, what she's saying is resonating with me. Her mission resonates with me, and I want to learn more about your organization and also your next events. And again, I will say this, because before we jumped on, we had talked about your event, and you were saying, hey, you should come. And I said, wait, am I invited? You said, of course, any leader who's open-minded leader is welcome there. So let's talk about that. So I want to let you guys know that as well. It's not just, it's not just for females, it's for everyone there. But talk about your event, talk about what the next event is and how people can learn more.
Absolutely. So it's womenindso.org, and our event is March 8th through 10, again here at Aria.
It's a nice
in
hotel,
Vegas.
guys.
Yes. Last year was our inaugural event. We had over 650 attendees. We are expecting north of 750 for 2023.
Wow.
And the best part about our attendees is they're all director level and above, women leaders and men leaders. We all progressive leaders from all DSOs. They're attending and they're super engaged. And our theme for this year, for 2023, is paying it forward.
Oh, wow.
So you all will see a lot of women who have grown, so many leaders in their organizations. So we are trying to showcase how they have contributed this year. So we're excited about that. There is going to be Empower Lounge, and all of our women in DSO members, they'll be getting formal bios, their elevator pitches, and headshots.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Well, that is amazing. Thank you so much for jumping on. And guys, check out the website, sign up for the event. And if you have any questions, I can direct the questions to her, or, you're on LinkedIn, right?
Yes.
Send a message on LinkedIn, right? But thank you so much for jumping on.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.
Guys, we'll see y'all next time.
Thank you.